And I'll tell you right now, music, fuck. Like, it is probably one of the worst investments if you want to look at ROI. ROI means return on investments. The amount that you're going to be putting in for a chance to make it, I'm telling you right now, it's so slim. Very, very slim. So I'm telling you, only put down what you're willing to lose. I'm OTG Stiffy. You can find me on Instagram, otg.stiffy. I'm a Canadian hip-hop artist hailing from Ottawa, Ontario. And I'm just trying to make music, man.
Clearly, you're a man of privacy.
Correct?
This is like a freestyle question, but talk about that really. Like, why the mask?
There are so many advantages to wearing the mask, you have no idea. In the case that I blow up one day, I could go to the grocery store and be unrecognized. That's an obvious one. Also, we know hip hop police have been on our asses lately, so I could express whatever I say and still maintain my anonymity. Although, even if police do have speculations of who you are, they cannot use your music against you in courts, because at the end of the day, your face is not shown, and that could still be technically anybody, right? So that's another thing. And last but not least, again, I'm a legit guy. You know, I work, I go to school. Imagine if I'm in a job interview and then they look me up and they find me in music videos, right? Could not be so appealing. So again, having the mask, it's like, you can know who I am in real life, that's fine.
Right.
But at the end of the day, if I don't want you to know who I am, then I have the freedom to.
Is that ever going to come off, do you think?
I'm thinking about it in the case where if I ever retire from music and I want to move on to other things, I could do a face reveal strictly for promoting whatever I have going on next.
Mm-hmm.
It would only have to make sense, like if the pros will outweigh the cons, absolutely, right? Let's say I make it as a musician and I want to retire. Maybe I want to be an actor, or maybe, you know, release a course on how to blow up as an artist, let's just say, right? I could take it off and say, hey, I'm OTG Stiffy. I got this many streams, this many. Let me show you how I did it. You know what I'm trying to say?
You already thought of this.
I already thought of this. Yeah, I already thought of this.
I get the impression that you take this more so as a business than anything other than a creative venture.
Absolutely.
Talk about that.
This is, because I could go on for hours, but I'm going to keep this short and sweet. Basically, this is what I like to tell new artists, and even artists that have been in it for a long time. Don't go broke making music, and don't make music while you're broke. What I mean by that is, music is essentially a business. Whether you like it or not, not only is it a business, you have to treat it like a business. And when it comes to business, you have to be able to invest what you're willing to lose. And most people don't understand that. So if you're going broke making music, you're investing money you're not supposed to be losing. However, if you're also going broke making music, that pretty much falls into the same category. You're putting too much money that you can't afford into something that is not guaranteed. Only put in what you're willing to lose. And I'll tell you right now, music, fuck. Like, it is probably one of the worst investments if you want to look at ROI. ROI means return on investments. The amount that you're going to be putting in for a chance to make it, I'm telling you right now, it's so slim. Very, very slim. So I'm telling you, only put down what you're willing to lose.
You're basically, in a sense, telling people that it's not really worth the grind, yes, the investment of being a musician, but you are a musician.
Correct.
So how does that affect things?
Like, why am I still doing music if it's not worth it, for example?
Basically. There must be something.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So I'm going to explain a little bit more. When it comes to generating income, let's say like that, and long-term income, like wealthy income, you need three things. Number one, you need a consistent cash flow. And a consistent cash flow means you know how much you're getting every single month, every single week, whatever that time span may be, in order to not only fund yourself, fund your investments, and fund your lifestyle, right? Now, the second thing you need for long-term wealth is investments. So although I'm doing music, I have my personal investments and other things other than music. So I do have something to fall back on if perhaps music one day does not work out. But at the same time, it is still a dream I have. And so I can afford personally to fund my dream while still being very comfortable with my investments and my consistent cash flow, if that makes sense.
What would you say is a common misconception about yourself?
I'm not a gangster, I'm a good kid. I promise you. You know, I went to school, I graduated from school, by the way. You know, I have a diploma, not high school, I'm talking university.
Okay.
So stay in school, kids, you know. Do your drugs on weekends, but you know, don't do them consistently.
And do you think that you got that perception that you're like a bad, you know, well, I don't want to put words in your mouth.
You know, I just lived a certain lifestyle that is frowned upon the average community. And so I tell my story through music. However, put this lifestyle behind and try to actually get to know me. I'm just a regular guy. I'm nothing special. You know, I'm a humble guy, good kid. You know, I work, I go to school. You know, I do good things. And I'm just trying to put that lifestyle behind. And I think a lot of people can relate to that.
Would you say that there's anything off limits on a track?
Elaborate.
I don't want to give it away, but
Like some homophobic lyrics and all that, sexist lyrics.
anything. Like,
I don't
to you.
believe you should be refrained from saying anything to the public in general and not just music. However, I could have a statement that I disagree with that an artist could say, and I'm okay with disagreeing, and that's as far as it goes. I'm not gonna be angry. I'm not gonna let it ruin my day. You know what I mean? Everyone should have a voice at the end of the day, so shouldn't take away people's voices.
But it also ties into dissing. Dissing gets kind of crazy, you know, with the drill shit.
Yeah.
People who've passed.
It's a touchy subject. I'm
Right.
kind of in that scene as well, you know. I don't say the most inspiring lyrics, but a lot of people use music as a platform to get out of the streets. But at the same time, music can influence a lot of people in the streets. It's a very weird subject. Honestly, if you as an individual easily gets influenced by social media, music, anything media related, you're just a weak individual to begin with. So that's all I have to say. Most people are weak, you know. We call them NPCs. I'm sure you've seen the term before.
Right. What's a hot take about like the music industry or just music in general that you truly feel, but is not really said out loud? Like,
it's all gimmicks. Music is 90% gimmicks. It's all fake. 90% of it is fake. And to know who's actually real about what they say, sometimes you'll just never know. You'll just let time reveal itself, to be completely honest. But yeah, most rappers are fake. That's all I have to say.
okay.
But at the same time, though, it can be manifesting, very, very manifesting. Because typically what you say and what you think, you can bring it onto life. And from first-hand experience, I can tell you that could be very true sometimes.
What do you mean by that?
If you're always rapping about having money, you know, I'm sure every rapper to some extent will talk about having money, right? And at some point, you really have to believe what you say. Because if you don't believe what you say, then you're never even gonna make it as an artist to begin with. So you literally have to become the person that you're telling the world who you are and believe that you can actually achieve everything that you aspire to achieve to become successful at music. Because if nobody buys into your image, no one's gonna buy into your music. It's very simple. So you literally have to become that guy. Your image has to be you. There's no more acting. Don't fake it till you make it. Just be it. So you want to be a hustler? Don't sit around, watch TV, hoping your music's... Now actually go out there and be a hustler. Experience what it's like to be a hustler. So now you have even more things to talk about in your music.
What's a valuable lesson that you've learned while pursuing music by being an artist?
Yes. Just be yourself. I swear to God, it's that simple. Be yourself. And if you don't like yourself, then change yourself and then be yourself. Literally.
Specifically in music, you learned that.
Yes.
Why do you think that is?
Going back into the gimmicks, if you're just lying about who you are, people can see that. People can feed that energy off of you, and no one's gonna buy into your image. So you're just consistently living a lie. So when you look into the mirror, nobody lies to themselves when they look into the mirror. They see who they actually are. So just make sure you're happy about who you see who you are. How do I say this? Just make sure when you look into the mirror, you're happy with what you see. Because if you're not, other people won't be happy with what they see either. Maybe your mom, but so always hold it down.